Hello there, I'm Theo and this is my love nest. Welcome and thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please do watch it until the end, and if you're joining us for the very first time, please do click on the subscribe button and join the love nest. Anyway, I am back with relationship talks. I haven't been doing videos about relationships in a very long time, and I feel like I've been betraying myself by doing that, because if you already know by now, I love relationships, I love romance, I love talking about relationships. So I am back to talking about relationships, and today we're going to be talking about dating as a 25-year-old girl. No, 25-year-old woman. I am a woman. I'm 25. Gosh, it doesn't feel real. We're going to be talking basically about dating from a perspective of a 25-year-old, how relationships are as a 25-year-old, and all these little meaty glitchy things inside. And if you can relate to this, do give this video a very big thumbs up. If you like the video in general, also do give it a very big thumbs up, and do comment down below on your reality about dating as a 25-year-old or younger, because some people are not 25, they're like 23, 22, but they can relate to this content. And yeah, so let's just engage about it. Anyway, the first thing about dating as a 25-year-old is that you become time sensitive. If you're like me, where back when you're like a teenager, you were already planning your life, like, yeah, when I'm 25 I'll be married, I'll probably like be in my own house, I'd have this and this, probably expecting my first baby. You'd realize that if you're like at 25 and that hasn't happened, you're like, I'm doomed, because this has been my plan. I'm 25 and there's no sign of me being a mother of something or a wife to somebody. So it becomes kind of tricky, like, what's happening? Where am I? What is my life? Gosh, am I the only one that had like that, what do I call it, like that timeline kind of situation, that I'm gonna finish my degree at 22, and then at 23 I'll be working, and then 24 I'll be planning my wedding, you know, like I get engaged at 24, start planning my wedding. Beginning of the year that I turn 25, I get married, and I turn 25 in October, rather my birthday is in October. So I'd be thinking, yeah, when I eventually turn 25, I'd probably be pregnant with my first baby. And if you're not at that, anywhere close to that, by 25, you're just already thinking, I should just forget about dropping my 5-year-old at school when I'm 30, you know. We're gonna be that crew that attends parents meetings at like 45 and your child is only in grade 1. Anyway, second up is that you're stuck between, am I dating or am I courting? Is this courtship, or, you know, because at some point you get to a level of, okay, I want to settle down now, but at what point of your relationship, or at what level do you now say, this is no longer dating, this is courtship? Or do you start saying it's courtship because now I'm sure about you? Because also, I cannot say it's courtship for like 4 years. We can be courting for 4 years, and also we can't be dating for like, I don't know, forever also. So you get to the point of, I don't know, am I dating, am I courting, am I in between? What is that in between even called, if you know what I mean? So it gets really confusing like that. Like, are we dating, are we courting? I'm 25, I cannot be jollying. Okay. Anyway, you also get like people's standards imposed on you, and not just people, also church, you know, because at this age they also have like their own thing where they have like young wives situation. You know, you've got youth, actually Sunday school, you've got youth, and then you've got like young wives, then you've got like the mbogotos, those who've been in the game for like way too long. And then you're there thinking, where am I? You know, people's standards start imposing on you, the church's expectations, your friends, your families, you know, and you start thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm running out of time, or I'm not doing things right, because by people's standards and by the church's expectation, this is where you should be at this point. Now you're thinking, I'm probably doing everything wrong, you know. And still on the same note, you are in a relationship, and usually at this point, like at this age, if you've been with the person you're with for like a while, things are pretty serious. And they're pretty serious in the sense that families are involved, friends are involved, you guys have spent a lot of time together, you've created memories, you even have your life goals and plans aligned to each other, you know, like, you know, you are on the same page. So at this point, this is what relationship is for you. You're like fully aware of where you are stepping into, and it's so much different from when you were dating as a 19-year-old, because back then you were like, I'm not getting married anytime soon. But like at this point, the relationship is pretty serious, so serious that sometimes when people see your partner, they ask him about you, or when people see you, they want to ask you about your partner. That is how serious things have gotten, you know. And then you marking your territory in a way, you know. Sometimes you do it intentionally, like you are intentionally marking your territory so that like all those women know that off bounds, don't go there. And sometimes it just happens like involuntarily, unconsciously, you know, you're just marking your territory, but you don't really know that's what you're doing. In cases where you show up to an event with him, you know, now people know you're with him, like you're with him, you know. That is basically you marking your territory. And then you mark your territory like intentionally by probably commenting on a post of his on social media, or leaving your makeup brush in his car, or leaving your earrings in his apartment, or how else do people mark territories? But you get what I mean, right? You start marking your territory and people just know not to play there. People just know that, okay, as far as we know, that guy is like so and so's person, and if you're interested, you must be ready for a fight. No, we don't fight for men, but you know what I mean. Anyway, another thing with dating or relationships as a 25-year-old is that you're at a stage in your life where it's pretty normal to be attending people's weddings. Your friends are out there announcing their engagements, they're announcing their baby showers or their pregnancies, and it's normal for you to be attending those things. And then when you get to those functions, you're like, I'm the only single person here. Okay, not single, but like I'm the only unmarried one. Like, why is everybody married? I think this is the 7th item with relationships as a 25-year-old, or rather dating as a 25-year-old, is that your dating style changes. You know, you no longer date the way you used to. You know, dating now is no longer about meeting at the park with your boyfriend and sharing ice cream, or him buying you a kota, or standing by the corner, or how else do teenagers date? I didn't really date much as a teenager, I don't know. Yeah, but you move from that kind of dating to a more serious thing. You know, y'all are going out for dinner now. Y'all are going to people's weddings. It can also be a date. Y'all are like going out on, you know, these cute picnics. You are going to concerts. You like, your dating style now requires money, basically, because you're now like adults and you like doing adult things now, so you don't really date the way that you used to when you were like 17 or so. So your dating style really changes. Where you go, the activities you even do there, it's a completely different situation from when you were still teenagers. And then another thing is that you become very, very sensitive to friendships and association. You know, the people you now associate yourself with, or the people you get really close to, are people who sort of have the same mindset as you, people who are in the same page as you. You could have married associates or married acquaintances and friends, and you relate to them. But my point is, at this level of your life, you don't just have any friends. The friends you have are people that you know will help you towards your goal. They will understand where you are in your relationship. They will understand what you're aiming for, and they will help you towards it. If you ever need to talk to somebody, you know you can talk to them, and you're safe with them. Your feelings and your thoughts are safe with them. And there are people that respect you, and they respect your partner, and they respect boundaries, and you just are very sensitive about the people you are with and the information they feed you, because most of the things we talk about in our friendships can be imposed in our relationships, and things that we talk about in relationships can also be imposed in friendships. So you become very sensitive of those kind of people you hang around with and what value they bring into your life and into your relationship as a whole. And next is that you are very intentional about everything that you do. You know, as far as your life and your relationship with your partner is concerned, you are intentional about it. You are aware of everything. You don't just decide haphazardly. If it's a post you want to put up on social media, you are very aware of what message is this gonna send about me. You know, for example, if I'm gonna be posting a picture and I caption it something like, I don't know, this is what single and available looks like, I'm sending a message that I'm single and available. You know, how is that gonna now impact me and my relationship? Things like getting a job somewhere else. You know, you're thinking, I got a job somewhere that is like a 12 hours drive away. How will that affect my relationship? I know, please don't come for me. Please don't come at me. Please don't attack me. I know that we are constantly preaching that don't put your goals on hold for a man, or don't sacrifice things for your guy. Travel as far as you want to go. Change positions at work. Like, do whatever you want to do. Don't limit yourself, or don't basically neglect yourself for a man. I know we preach that and we are heavy on it, but also, let's face it, 9 out of 10 times everything, or maybe not everybody, but majority of people who are where I am right now, 9 out of times, when you have to decide on something, you also consider, how will this affect my relationship? How will this affect the person I'm with? How will this change everything about us? You know, you are very, very intentional about such things. You are intentional about the things you tell people about your partner and your relationship. You are basically aware of everything. You are intentional about all sorts of things. So, and then last but definitely not least is that you are 100% aware of threats in the relationship. Could be threat coming from your side as the lady, or threats coming from his side. You know, you are pretty much aware of his high school classmate or his high school friend who somehow shows up and now saying things like, I don't know, things like, yo, do you remember back in grade 9 you used to wear pants that were so long? And y'all are laughing about it, and then she's on some, yeah, actually I really did pay attention to you back then, and I'm actually surprised that you weren't aware. Or, dude, you've grown so much. Hey, I didn't think, you know, they're now coming to, they may be coming with good intentions, but a threat is a threat. No matter how saucy and how sugary it tastes, a threat is a threat. So when she comes with such things, you are aware, you are able to pick that up. When your colleague at work is suddenly paying attention to everything about you. During lunch they'd be like, yo Theo, I'm heading out to the stores, should I bring you that ice cream that you like? And bit by bit now it becomes a habit that they do that for you, and they buy you magwenya outside every morning. And one time when they're not at work, you're now thinking, if what's his name, if Ernest was here, he would have bought me magwenya. And one time you're out with your boyfriend and your boyfriend buys you ice cream that you actually used to like but you don't like anymore because Ernest introduced you to a new flavor. Now you're comparing, oh no, Ernest actually has better taste. Ernest, we are very much aware of threats. Like, we see threats and you decide now to act upon them. Do you either eliminate it, or you now become what I was saying earlier, that you are intentional about everything, that Ernest is around, but your intentions with Ernest are not that. So whatever you do with Ernest or whatever you say around Ernest should not open doors for him to basically like feel too comfortable around you. And yeah, man. So these are all the 10 things I could think of about dating as a 25-year-old, how things look, how situation basically is. And like I said, if you can relate to this, that you don't have to be 25, you 22, 23, even 35. If you can relate to this, do drop it down in the comment section and let me know what you can relate to. And if you liked this video, which I know you did, please do also give it a very big thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and please do put the notification bell on. And yeah, man, until I see you again, please take care, and I will see you again when I bring you more relationship content. Until I see you again, bye.